Oh, hello everyone. It's Susie Crypto Granny here. Just want to do a video on a report that I saw, which I thought was really very interesting. It was from the World Economic Forum, and it was about it was a global risk report, 2023, 18th edition. And I thought it was extremely insightful. So I'd just like to go through that, some of the risks that this report looked at for the next 2 years and also the next 10 years. And I thought it was very interesting, particularly when we're invested in cryptocurrency markets. It gives us an idea of where we might see some of the opportunities going forward. So this report came out and it was looking at the effects of, extreme climate change, geopolitical crisis, the war in Ukraine, obviously the food, water, energy supply crisis that we're seeing at the moment, and what people are very worried about as time goes on. And some of the largest risks faced by the world, according to experts' assessment on the next global crisis over the next 2 years and 10 years. And so we'll go through the 2 years first, and we've got environmental, geopolitical, social, and societal, I say, and technology. So the first thing people are worried about clearly is the cost of living crisis, with rates going up, interest rates going up higher. It's getting harder and harder for everyone to manage with this cost of living crisis when wages don't go up as fast as inflation, which inflation is probably running about really 20-odd%, not around 7.9% as the US statisticians say. Also, natural disasters and world extreme weather, geopolitical, geoeconomic confrontation, failure to mitigate climate change, erosion of social cohesion and societal polarization, large-scale environmental damage incidents, failure of climate change, widespread cybercrime and cyber insecurity, natural resource crisis, and large-scale involuntary migration. Now, if you look at this, you can actually come up where there's going to be the opportunity in cryptocurrency markets. The cost of living, for one, everyone's trying to reduce their costs of living, whether it be the banking, you do your banking transactions, they charge you more and more to do banking transactions, or foreign exchange, trading or exchanges, or converting your currency. For example, XRP, Ripple can do it very, very cheaply. Also at the banks, you do get charged $6 or $5 a month for holding a savings account where you get negative interest. In terms of world disasters and pollution, VeChain is one that comes to mind because they measure the amount of pollution going into the air, and they're being used by the Chinese at the moment in terms of traffic and motor vehicles. Like you can't turn on your motor vehicle if it exhausts too much CO2 and pollution into the air. Also, the geographic economic confrontation with food. VeChain can be used for supply chain management, ensuring the food that you order is the food that gets to you on your plate, literally from farm to on your plate. Also, cryptocurrency technology is being used to estimate climate change as well as weather changes. And it's also being used for looking at the erosion in terms of society and data collection, this sort of thing. And we can name a number of cryptocurrencies like that, many actually. Large-scale environmental damages. We have to adapt to climate change, but also we have to adapt to widespread cybercrime and cyber insecurity. And with Web3, in terms of cryptocurrency technology, this makes our security better. Okay, we deal through banks. They're very concentrated. Their databases are concentrated. They can be hacked on one site, whereas Bitcoin, for example, it's very difficult to hack Bitcoin because there's more than 10,000 nodes, and you'd have to literally hack 51% of all those nodes to get control over Bitcoin. So also we see natural resources crisis, the decline in supply and better supply chain management after COVID. And certainly with, for example, COVID injections, many different cryptocurrency technologies can be used to make sure those COVID injections are correct, and that there's proper supply chain management, so those COVID injections go to the right areas in the world where it's needed mostly. Also, large-scale involuntary migrations due to war, due to foreign exchange, decline of the local currency. We see that in South America, and we see it all over Africa, where their currencies have gone literally to zero, or they're falling against the US dollar at dramatic rates. And, you know, say a Bitcoin legal tender or a Tron legal tender is much more secure for people than sitting in your own fiat currency, when governments, you know, control that currency. They control very bad balance sheets. Obviously, there's crime and all sorts of things within government balance sheets and all that sort of thing. And they can be, you know, money can just go missing. And apparently in the US budget and their overall debt program, they're missing something like $2 trillion. So this report is excellent. I've got to tell you this, if you have time to read it, it's a very interesting report. Go to the overall methodology, go to the executive summary. It really, you know, gives it to you very clearly, you know, what people are concerned about and where they think this world is going in the future. And I think it's a very, very interesting article. It also tells you, you know, the cost of food is going to go up, so you invest in the food industry, invest in fuel, commodities, this sort of thing as well. And obviously you invest in cryptocurrency technology and audit of that cryptocurrency technology and audit. It goes into a lot more detail, as you can see by the report, which I'll add to this video, and you can actually look at that report. Now, 10 years going forward, people are actually concerned about, you know, the failure to change and mitigate the climate change, okay? Failure of climate change, natural disasters, extreme weather conditions, some people getting lots of rain, other people not getting any rain, biodiversity, loss of ecosystem, large-scale involuntary migration. The haves do not have, and the rich get richer and richer. Plus, some people with money can actually buy passports, for example. There's a natural resource crisis with China buying all the resources out of the world. There's an erosion of social cohesion, widespread cybersecurity issues, and we need to be very concerned and look very much at our operational risk in terms of cryptocurrency, geographic, economic, and large-scale environmental damage instances. So, you know, it doesn't bade for great reading, but it does give you some ideas, particularly in terms of where you think you might invest in crypto industry and technology that's really focusing particularly on climate change, supply chain management, food-related items, water, this sort of thing, and commodities, and, you know, even infrastructure, and clearly biodiversity and this sort of thing. So, again, very interesting report. Please have a look at it. They did a survey in 2022, October, with 1,091 academic, business, government, and civil society leaders who are asked to evaluate the impact of these 32 global risks. And the source was the World Economic Environment. I thought it was excellent. So have a look at that. It is very interesting. And because we're invested in financial markets and crypto markets, we need to be aware of all these risks, which can certainly add to the risk of all those markets, and particularly cryptocurrency. Anyway, guys and girls, that's enough of me, and I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you.